So you really have to take what these guys say with a grain of salt anyway, because they're really, at the end of the day, just talking heads trying to make a buck. So I'm not sure what this sidebar conversation
They're going to
is
lose.
over here.
They're going to lose like the losers they are.
They are.
They are losers.
They are. It's gonna be good. And
They've lost control of the flow of information about marijuana, and now the truth is able to reach everyone.
Right.
And nobody's buying the shit anymore.
No. And they're not going to.
Yeah.
They're not going to. And we're not going to take
November
the shit anymore.
is the end of prohibition.
That's right. It will be the end. And you know what else is going to happen in November? Is we are going to finally change at least the House of Representatives, and the governor are going to change party hands. And that is going to be very important. I'm holding out hope that the Senate does too. I don't think it's ever happened in Michigan where we've had the trifecta, where the Democrats have ruled all three.
It's been a while. I posted that image of the Senate, the House, and the governorship. And I don't think the Democrats had all three of those even.
No. I mean, we have not done a good job as Democrats of winning. That's really been our problem.
We've done a good job at losing.
We have. We've really done a bang-up job. But we're going to stop this year. I'm excited about Dana. I think Dana's going to bring out the progressive vote. That progressive vote's going to power marijuana to even higher numbers, no pun intended, than medical marijuana.
No pun zone here. No pun.
So I don't think 64% of the vote is out of the question. T-Pain, what do you think?
Yeah, after asking Tim Beck how the 2008 vote went, it was polling about the same or maybe slightly lower than legalization is now.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be good. And then hopefully we know that we'll have Dana as our Attorney General and someone who will actually help to protect and implement the new law. And going a legislature that won't totally try to screw us over every single time we turn around.
I think it's going to get ugly, though.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's going to get... How many months to go do we have? We got still a couple more
6
days
months
for the legislature to stop dicking around if they're going to vote on it or not. Sorry, Tim, but they're not going to.
I still don't believe they could get it through the legislature. I know that when we were going through the legislature to try to get even the extracts bill passed, and we were bringing all these sick kids into legislators' offices, that the Senate is tough, man. It is tough. And there's some of them, Shoemaker's one of them, that truly believe that marijuana should not in any form be legal. And you're not going to convince her otherwise. And if she becomes Attorney General, we are all fucked.
They would have to fall in line with their caucus in order to be able to pose any real threat.
So she's against medical too, then? There's not too many that are still against medical.
She is something else. That Judiciary Committee's full of them. And you got Shoemaker, you got Colbeck, who's just as bad. No matter what he's spewing off, I've heard him, and I remember very clearly when 4210 was in front of them, and I went and spoke with him, and he said, Jim, this is just a way for recreational users to skirt the law. And he said, I cannot be a part of the decriminalization of marijuana. His words.
And that was just the edibles.
That was edibles.
Right?
That was it.
Dispensary.
No, that was just the edibles bill that I was talking to him on. So he is no fan of ours. And then Tori Roca, who's on that committee as well, is just a nightmare. But none of the Republican candidates are strong on our issue. Obviously, I think out of the four of them, Callie's probably the least likely to really fuck with us. But his chance of winning is somewhere between slim and none. So we know that if the Republicans win in November, it's going to be Bill Schuette. And that if that doesn't scare you enough to get your ass out to vote, I don't know what will.
Schuette and Schuetmaker, we'd have to hire a few more attorneys for this office.
Oh, no shit. Like, people are going to be going to jail.
Do you think it's wise to everybody sign up for the Republican Party to vote for Callie instead over Schuette? And
so the fun part about the primaries in Michigan is that you do not have to sign up for the party or even declare yourself one or the other. When you show up on voting day in August, you get to pick which ballot. So if you want to jump to the dark side and vote on the Republican ticket to try and weigh things in a more favorable fashion in case things go badly, I would say that is your American right, and you should do that.
My political science teacher in college was a staunch Democrat, and he used to do that.
Oh yeah.
He would jump over to the Republican primary and vote for the candidate that they knew that the Democratic candidate would beat, and it's a long-held strategy, I believe, for staunch party people.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it even with Dana, right? We saw people that were so excited about her candidacy on both sides of the aisle that they hopped, even if just temporarily. And it was funny to me that there were some Democrats that were really, really not happy about that. And I know Jamie Lowell, our good friend, Jamie Lowell, was actually kind of chastised online a bit by certain members of the party for suggesting that Republicans come and register as Democrats so that they vote for Dana at the convention. But all in all, that was a lot of fun. And
the Democrats should have been happy to take all that Republican money.
Oh, yeah.
You would think so, but we're, as a party, we're not, we're not very good at understanding.
Not good at strategy.
No, strategy's not our strong suit. But, we do our best. And I'm feeling like this year we've got a solid ticket. It's an all-female ticket that's very progressive.
It's not set in stone.
Oh, you know what? If it changes up at this point, it would be so catastrophic. That is the one way that the party can guarantee the absolute failure of the Democratic ticket in November is to switch it up. Because they made a promise, and it might not be in writing, but that was what the promise was.
What promise did they make?
The promise was that whoever won at the convention was going to be on the ticket, and that whoever lost was going to concede. And Pat Miles conceded.
No, I'm talking about Gretchen.
Oh, you're talking about Gretchen. You're right. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm focused on the important race, the Dana race. But you're right. And as much as I want Gretchen to be on the ticket, Shri, I think, and I said it at the very beginning of the year when we were talking about this, and I posed the question to you guys: do you think $6.7 million is enough to buy yourself a place on the ticket? And we're going to find out. We are going to find out. And, $6.7 million is a lot of money. And that's enough to put these ads on TV and get the airplay that he's getting. And
right. I mean,
people know who he is.
I am most impressed with Abdul El Sayed.
He is very progressive. And
I like the way he speaks.
I like him too, but he is, I don't believe he can muster the amount of support that he needs against Shri and Gretchen. But I like him. I like his platform.
I hope if he doesn't get governor, he gets in something else somewhere.
Yeah. No, I like him. And, you know, I have, in all transparency, you know, Gretchen, when she was in the GovOps committee in the Senate, she really had our backs. So just, you know, I feel like a lot of us that were around at that time have some amount of loyalty that we owe her. And, I mean, that's just my feeling personally, and I'm not suggesting that others do the same. You need to vote your conscience when you vote and pick the person you think is going to do the best job for the party and for the state.
She did good for us, though.
She did, and she stood up for us against some people that she didn't necessarily have to do, and that it could have cost her politically, and she did it anyway. So that is.
I haven't really heard her speak yet, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like there haven't been debates yet, have there?
I don't think so.
And we just haven't seen.
There's been a Republican debate. Where's the Democrat?
Right,
debate?
I don't know. They haven't been in the media. I need to see Gretchen a few more times talk.
I would love to see that debate of the Democratic candidates.
The three?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, they maybe tried to skirt that.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
It's not.
No, because at this
voters
point,
wanna
like,
see it.
strategically, the party wants Gretchen to win. The
Right.
party leadership wants Gretchen to win. All these unions are endorsing Gretchen. Like, she is the party favorite. That is clear. That's not to say that she'll win, because Pat Miles appeared to be the party favorite for AG,
Right.
and he clearly didn't win. However, being that as it may, it's going to be very, very important that she start to gain the type of name recognition that Shree's getting, because Shree's going to beat his ass, or beat her ass rather, in the name recognition department, and that's why the debate's so important. She needs every chance. All the candidates really do, to get their names out there. A lot of people don't know who Abdul Al-Sayed is either.
No.
And I think he deserves a chance to get his message out, regardless of the amount of capital that he has powering his campaign.
And because the candidates who don't have the name recognition or the money can come in with new ideas and really change the whole debate,
Yeah.
frame it, and add the marijuana question, like Dana did to the, like Bernie did. Like,
Abdul could really come up in a debate, though, really well.
He could, and
I think he would do excellent.
and the progressives have endorsed him.
Yeah, Michigan Progressive Caucus endorsed Abdul.
I think his biggest liability is his age, honestly. He's very young, but he's incredibly intelligent, and
Yes.
he's gifted. He did great things in the city of Detroit, and
he's not a businessman.
no, he's a doctor.
Good. Michigan is tired of businessmen.
Yeah, no, he is a doctor.
He's
So he's qualified for the position, but I think that people look at someone that's younger and may not have the confidence that they can step into that sort of role.
Is the Flint water crisis going to play any role in the vote?
I think it will, to some extent.
Emergency managers override the people.
I don't think people care about that.
People don't care, but they care about Flint, though, right?
Maybe. I'm not even sure. People have a really short memory. That's why they don't care about emergency managers. The impact is not felt severely at this point in time. It's like it's old news, and it's not on people's radar anymore. And I hate to say it, but the Flint water crisis, I remember a time when it was like front page news every day, and it still should be front page news.
Well, Trump replaced the
Well,
front page news.
The fact that
North Korea.
yeah, so I don't know. I think that roads are going to be big. People seem to be in a tizzy about charter schools right now, so I'm sure that'll be a big point of contention.
With Betsy DeVos and her wonderful interviews?
Yeah, I think she's on her way out. I do. I honestly.
God awful.
No, I honestly think she'll resign soon, like in the next month. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
It's been a long night, and good
talk.
show. Good show. Chad kept it together, so that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Michael is lawyering. He's busy lawyering around, and
I think he wants to do a final rant. No? Nope. Okay, just a final sign off.
All right.